makes a raspberry different than blackberry is the aroma. The aroma combined with the taste. That's what we call flavor. Also, there's other senses involved in flavor. Texture, temperature, and even sight all add up to this thing that we call flavor. If you got to start with taste balance, but then you can move into the flavor realm of things by what we like to do is mirror flavors that are present in wine. So if I were to give you a glass of red wine and I said it tastes kind of minty, and you try a sip of it and I'm not really picking up on the mint, but if I give you some food that you can taste the mint in, then you return to the wine, you'll taste the mint in the wine. Tastes generally work opposite of each other. You make the food sweeter, the wine becomes less sweet. You make the food more acidic, the wine becomes less acidic. You add a flavor in the food at a constant flavor now we're talking about, at a concentration that you can taste. It opens up your perception of that same flavor present in the wine that's at a concentration that initially you couldn't taste. Does that make sense?
Well, it's almost the same thing as if you're tasting wine in a group and somebody picks out a flavor and everyone's didn't pick out that flavor initially, but as soon as someone says it, then all of a sudden
pick it out.
Yeah.
It's a mental thing. At least I'm convinced it is. When you can taste it, when it's put in a high enough concentration of food where you can taste it, it opens up your perception to that same flavor that's present in wine at a lower concentration. And the interesting thing about wine, too, wine is so complex. I mean, it's the reason why wine is made out of grapes, not other fruit. It's the complexity that those grapes give to wine. When you taste mint and wine, the chemical structure of what you're tasting, that mint, is the same, if not close to being the same, as the mint that's in that when you actually pick mint and use it in food. Chemically structured, we're very similar. There's so much complexity in wine, so all those different flavors that you pick up in wine are actually chemically the same as, or very similar to the original source flavor, whether it's mint or tobacco or eucalyptus or berry flavors, citrus flavors. So it's interesting. So flavor marrying is kind of cool because all of a sudden, you know, with taste balance, when food and wine are in balance, then the type of wine that you pair with that food is a whole category. Thank you. This particular dish goes great with big whites. This particular dish goes great with sweet whites. This dish goes good with dry whites. You open up the door to a whole category of wines, but then as soon as you mirror some flavors, then you're trying to hone in on a specific wine. Our Moscato here tastes like peaches to me. So what do during peach season? We make peach desserts and pair it with Moscato. And that's when you get the comments like, oh my gosh, this wine and this food are perfect for each other because we've successfully mirrored the flavor. You know, another thing on mirroring flavors is you don't have to necessarily mirror the flavor that's present in the wine, take that flavor and put it in the food, but you can put a flavor that's complementary to the flavor of the wine. Something that goes well with that kind of flavor.
Or the wine that you cook with, if you cook a dish with wine, is necessarily the wine you serve with that dish.
Not necessarily. And cooking, when you cook with wine, I look more at categories. You know, if I'm going to make a dish with a cab, I'm not going to grab the same cab, but I might cook with a cab, or even a Merlot. And so much of the complexity is lost in the wine. You cook it in any way that using the exact same wine is not important. But this whole complementary flavor thing, you know, if I can think of an example, strawberries and chocolate. You know, the wine has some wonderful strawberry characters to it. So you pair it with food that has some chocolate in it. The strawberries and chocolate go well together, as opposed to putting strawberries in the food because strawberries and strawberries go well together. So that's the whole concept of flavor mirroring. You could go into some other directions on food and wine pairing to look at textural elements. That's sort of where white wine with seafood, red wine with beef comes from. It's a textural thing. You know, you have a very light, delicate piece of fish, you think of a light, delicate wine like Pinot Grigio. A big New York steak that has a lot of texture and wine has a lot of my feeling is the textural elements are less important than taste balance. You've got to start with taste balance. And then if you can mirror flavor, that sort of takes the food and wine pairing out.